Orida and welcome everyone, this is Mr. West, and in today's video we're going to take a look at the OtterBox Achiever series case for the OnePlus 5. This is available in black, as you can see here, and it's also available in red. The current price is £27.95 on the OnePlus website. You can also buy direct from OtterBox themselves. I will leave a link in the description to both websites and you can go and take a look for yourself and see how much this costs in your region or your country. So, quick look around the packaging. So we've got the OtterBox logo up in the corner, got the Achiever series logo emblazoned on this film of plastic on the front, designation for what phone it is you're going to be protecting on the bottom, and we've got the OtterBox certified drop protection logo in the corner. On this side, nothing. Quite surprised there's no tape on here. I can assure you I haven't actually opened this previously. You can see there's no blemishes where there would have been any tape, so it's strange that there's none there. On the back, modern 2-layer protective case tailored to your device, drop protection, dual layer protection, which I'll go on to and explain in a moment, and the Achiever series logo, which is on the left hand side there. Okay, so let's just take the case out of the box. So there it is. So that's all that's in the case. I used to have one of these, not this exact model, but an OtterBox case for my Galaxy S4. It actually lasted for the entire duration of when I had the handset, which was just over 2 years. When I took the case off, the phone was absolutely pristine. There was not a mark on it, and it was actually in really saleable condition. I did actually sell it to a friend in the end, but the phone was in perfect condition, which just goes to show investing in a good case, if you're going to be keeping your phone for that length of time, will pay dividends later on. Because if you're going to resell the device, it means if it's in tip-top condition, you're going to get more money for it, which is what it's all about. So there doesn't seem to be anything in there. Can you lift this off? Oh yes, we can. Is there any more here? Okay, so that's just some instructions on how you would construct the case and put it together. And we've got some blurb here about the company and the case itself, which I won't read through because it's very warm today. I'm not bothered. Okay, so there we go. There's the case itself. So you've got this rubberized thing you can see there. And on the back then we've got the sort of subtle design on the back, as you can see. We've got the OtterBox logo there, which has been embossed into the case with these sort of diagonal lines going across the case just to give it a bit of visual flair, I suppose. We've got the cutouts there for the dual cameras, the flash and the secondary noise cancelling mic, power button on the side, alert slider hole there, and got the up and down volume rocker there. At the bottom, single firing downward speaker, USB dash charge port, and the headphone and primary microphone. So yeah, that's cool. Everything looks good so far. So with these cases, you've got this secondary inner here, so the phone goes in there and then it all bolts together, so you get sort of a nice sort of tight fit, and you've got this sort of absorbing impact protection on each corner. So when the phone does hit terra firma, like a hard floor in your home, or if it's on concrete, then that's going to absorb most of the impact and stop it from shattering the screen on your phone, or even worse, doing some damage to the outside of the phone, even though it's still in the case. That has been known to happen. So here is the OnePlus 5. Quick update, I've been using this now for a week. Every day I use it, I do learn to like it a bit more. There's a couple of very frustrating things about it which have hurt me. I will save that for the review. But this camera, perseverance does reap some reward. It was very, very fiddly to get to grips with at first, but once you know how to use it and use it to its strengths, it is capable of some absolutely superb images, which I've put up on my Twitter account recently, and I will also be sharing in a video very soon. So we pop this into this rubberized inner first, so it just all pops in there like that. On the back we've got this sort of subtle circular pattern you can make out there, hope, on the camera, and so far everything looks pretty cool. It looks kind of like a leotard for the phone with these sort of cutouts on the back there. So that's in there like that. So what we do is we go top first, memory serves me correctly, and then we just push down into each corner, make sure everything's tucked in. Yep, that is it. So that feels solid now. It's sort of nicely cocooned, and you've got this sort of drop protection on the screen as well. There's a good sort of millimeter there around the edges, so perhaps even a bit more. So when the phone is dropped on its front, that case is going to take all of the impact, unless of course there's a giant rock right underneath the screen. Then you're in trouble. For most drops on sort of level floor, that's going to keep the screen of the device reasonably well protected. Same with the corners, so when you hit terra firma, you've got this sort of nice reassurance that when it hits, this case is going to absorb the impact. It's got that two-stage protection. You've got the rubberized in layer, and you've got the sort of this tough corner as well. So with the cutouts then, with everything inserted, so we've got the loudspeaker there, USB-C charge port, and got the primary mic and the headphone jack. Nothing at the top. On the back you've got the dual cameras, secondary noise cancelling mic and the flash, and everything's nice and done. The buttons all feel nice and tactile. The alert slide is easy to reach as well, so you just get off them and there. Yeah, that's perfect. Absolutely no problems with usability with that. That's one of the best features of this phone, and it's good to be able to sort of reach that even if you put it on a table. You need to use your index finger. You can still do that without any problems whatsoever, so that's cool. And the power button's easy to reach as well. That's good. So fingerprint reader, yeah, so I've got a nice rest for your finger there with a fingerprint reader, which is good, so that's cool. And the actual usability isn't affected in any way whatsoever. First impression is that is nice. It's a nice case, nicely constructed. If you can see, you've got these sort of grooves here. You can just see that pattern I showed you earlier on the rubberized inner sort of circular pattern. Sort of creates this sort of subtle effect through the grooves of the back of the case there, and the sort of the embossed logo being engraved into the case as well. And you've got this sort of shiny inside to these diagonal lines, so when it sort of catches the light, it sort of gives off this sort of cool pattern effect as well. So yeah, I like that. There's not really much you can say about cases. The proof is in the using, and like I say, I have owned an OtterBox case previously, and it was absolutely stellar. It did the job perfectly and protected my phone and my investment, because obviously I could sell the phone on for a decent price because it wasn't wrecked when I finished with it. So if you do have £27.95 to spend on a case, you cannot go far wrong with an OtterBox case. There are alternatives, but OtterBox are one of the best. They're one of the most well-regarded case makers around. They are more expensive than others, whereas my grandparents used to say, you buy cheap, you pay twice. Not strictly true of everything, however, for a OnePlus 5 is a very slippery phone. Unless you put a skin on it, the phone is very slippery and is prone to sort of slipping out your hand, and if you drop this on concrete, the chances are you're going to mark the phone almost immediately. It's not that impact resistant, purely because of the way it's being constructed. And also with that screen as well, this probably wouldn't work with the OnePlus official tempered glass screen protector, but if you put a film protector on there, there are also some non-official tempered glass screen protectors which would fit perfectly inside there, but the OnePlus tempered glass screen protector, the 3D one, that is a no-no, because it actually goes across the full front of the device and over to the extreme edges of the screen as well, so this case wouldn't fit that. But to be honest, you're not going to need it that much when you've got that sort of raised lip there, which offers some good protection. The chances are you may not need a screen protector. For the money, I think this is a great case from first impressions. Again, you need to use it over time, but protection wise, this feels solid. That has got that phone in there like a vice, and that isn't moving anywhere. So if you like this video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. If you've got any questions, then please leave one in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to see more content coming soon. But for now, thanks very much for watching. My name is Mr. West, and I'll catch you guys later.